besties, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kelly if you haven't seen me before. Today I want to start off our video. I want to talk a little bit about what it is to be that girl because I do feel like there are certain interpretations that can be very toxic. I don't think it's about acquiring a specific aesthetic. I don't think it's about owning particular items. I don't think that there's any one specific way to become that girl. So this video is a lot more focused on personal discovery, figuring out what you want and how you can be that girl in your own unique way. Rather than a 5 a.m. wake up call, green juice, Pilates, particular books, or clothing brands, in my opinion, that girl is focused on becoming the best version of herself, being passionate about the things that she's doing, and all in all, not letting things get in the way of what she wants. So, if you're ready to take action and commit to being the best version of you possible, let's get into it. Step one on your That Girl journey is figuring out what it is that you actually want. And I feel like this is actually one of the hardest components of this process because you can't take aligned action if you aren't totally sure what you want. And I think what makes this even harder is that there's a lot of stereotypical that girl things that you may want to add into your journey, right? Like maybe you want to get into drinking green juice or waking up at 5 a.m. or want to get into Pilates, etc. And all of those things are great. A lot of those have been part of my journey and things that I really do enjoy doing every day, but they're not necessarily for everyone. And I think that that's really important to note. If you go to 5 Pilates classes and you just hate them, you just gotta let that part go and realize it's just not what you want, and that's totally okay. I don't think that this journey needs to look the same for everyone. In fact, I don't think that it should at all. I think it's gonna be a little bit different for everybody. So you may be wondering, how on earth do I figure out what I actually want? Because I've been working on this for a while and I'm still not sure. That was me not too long ago, and I definitely relate, and I would say that journal prompts were actually a huge part in what helped me figure out what I wanted. Some of the questions that I want you to consider are, what does your ideal morning look like? This was a really big part for me in crafting what I wanted my morning routine to look like. The second question that I think you should focus on is, what does your ideal day look like? And this is a little bit different, right? In the mornings, we're talking specifically about what you want to do before you start your day, whereas this is focused on how do you want your day to look. Are you the type of person that prefers your day to look very similar every day? You don't want any kind of unexpected changes, or are you somebody that thrives on your day-to-day looking very different? Another one that I think is really important is, how do you want your evenings to look? Are you the type of person that wants to go out in the evenings? Do you prefer to stay in? Okay, the next question I have is, who are the types of people that I want to surround myself with? I think that this is a really important question because the people that you are around all of the time have a huge impact on your day-to-day, how you feel, and the things that you think are possible for yourself. So I really want you to take the time to answer this question. Next, I want you to consider where you want to be in X amount of time. It doesn't need to be a long-term goal. If you are a long-term goal planner, that's totally fine, but you definitely need to break that down eventually into shorter term goals, because I think that those are a little bit more actionable in the sense that you can kind of create some sort of daily action plan towards achieving them. The reason that I want you to get to the point where you can break it down into more of a daily action is because it's going to help you filter overall the things that you say yes and no to. And the final question that I have on here is, in what ways do you need to take better care of yourself? And this one is definitely tricky. I know that it's not very fun to admit where you think you need to be doing more for yourself, but it is really important. For me personally, areas that I know I need to work on right now are actually taking rest and giving myself time off. I've talked a lot about how I feel like knowing what you want is going to help you create daily habits and kind of create a framework for what you're going to do. So let's go through an example of that. Say you want to get into a top graduate program. That probably is going to involve studying for some kind of entrance exam. It's going to involve you being involved in your classes, getting good grades, doing plenty of studying. Maybe that means you're studying every day for both that entrance exam and also for your classes, you being engaged in your classrooms and building good relationships with your faculty members. At its core, knowing what you want is going to give you a sturdy framework for deciding if you've taken daily action towards your goals. It's an easy yes or no if you already know what you're working towards and what those daily actions should look like. I feel like because I create that girl content, people tend to think that I am motivated all of the time. And that's just not the case. I am like 20% motivation and 80% consistency and habits. So for example, I started a new Instagram in October and it really didn't take off until January, but I posted nearly every single day for those entire 3 months with like very minimal growth. Because let me tell you, there were a lot of days where I did not want to get ready and take an Instagram picture, but I did it anyways because I knew that was the action I needed to take to help me get towards my goals. So that brings us into part 2, which is figuring out your why and really getting connected to that. I had tried for years to get myself to grow on social media. I would fall off track and just not really get back on because I wasn't dedicated to why I wanted to do it. You're gonna have to pick a few goals that you're really gonna focus on and let go of everything else and just let it be. All right, besties, let's chat my why behind my That Girl journey. Because honestly, I think some of you might relate to this, but I felt like I wasn't confident enough in myself to make decisions and feel confident in making them. So part of my That Girl journey and kind of creating a routine and all of that was building confidence in myself, that I could make the best decisions for myself, that I didn't need to rely on other people's opinions before making a decision, that I really knew at my core what I wanted, what I needed, and I could take those actions and succeed in taking them. I'd say I'm a little bit more focused on like professional development and consistency, even if I'm not seeing results right away, and kind of teaching myself patience in that journey. So I do feel that as you continue and as you grow and evolve, your why behind what you're doing is also going to grow and evolve. And that's good. That's progress that you're making. Knowing a little bit more about my why and how I kind of connect with those purposes to keep myself motivated, I want you to look back on your goals and think about why each of them is important. Again, this is going to help you kind of filter through overall, but I want you to understand the why behind them. There are inevitably going to be days that you just don't want to, and I feel like having a clear why is what's going to help you choose to take action more often than not. It's not that you necessarily need to take action every single day, it's that action every day needs to be attainable, and also you need to choose to take action more often than not. Having a really clear why is a great way to help you do that. Part 3 is everyone's least favorite thing, which is letting go of the things that are not serving you and helping you achieve your goals. And no, I don't mean school. I don't know why so many of you want to comment things like that on my videos. I don't mean school. When I say that you need to let go of things that aren't helping you reach your goals, I mean you need to let go of things like your own limiting beliefs. You need to let go of toxic friendships or people that make you feel like you can't actually achieve your goals. So let go of your bad habits, let go of inconsistent action, let go of limiting beliefs, but don't think that things like school or your family are the things that are holding you back. Most often, they really aren't. You're just focusing on external factors instead of the internal factors that you can more easily change. It is okay and even warranted to say no. In fact, I doubt you're saying no enough. You should be saying no pretty frequently because there's no way that every single opportunity presented to you is something that's going to help you work towards your goals. You have to master the art of saying no because truly, saying no is going to help you reach your goals a lot faster than you think. Start keeping track of everything you do on a weekly basis. Like literally, I want you to write down every single thing that you do every day, people that you're hanging out with, actions that you're taking, etc. And then also track how those actions and people are making you feel. I know sometimes you can't let go of everything that's leaving you feeling drained. Like you may feel drained by school, and I am not advocating that you let go of that. But I am going to advocate that you create some kind of self-care routine, maybe following those things that you can't let go of, that you still need to take action on, but that are feeling very draining. That way you can be more productive overall. After you have all of these more fundamental pieces of understanding what you want, understanding your why behind what you want and then learning where you need to say no and kind of keeping track of those things, you can really start to formulate all of those things together into a routine. If you need help with building a routine, you can check out last week's video where I chat how to create a routine that you can actually stick to. And if you are a little bit more interested in the overall like that girl aesthetic, next week's video I'm going to be reviewing all of my quote unquote that girl items, how I feel about them, and if I think they are worth the investment or not. So if that is something that you are interested in, definitely hit subscribe so that you don't miss next week's video. If you found this video helpful, I would love if you hit the like button and subscribe to my channel so that I can continue making videos to help you on your that girl journey. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I hope I'll see you back here next week